You know, I heard they recently decided to add more ships to it.
And I'm in the front row, and I'm hammered drunk.
You do not have anything to drink. Can I get you a tasty refreshment?
Yes. I'll have a beer.
Wunderbar.
Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here, huh?
Miss Piggy. You broke my pelvis. Get off me, you fat hog.
Oh, shit, you were recording.
Welcome to the Buzz Basement Bros podcast. I'm Cool Paul from Pallet Fire Talks.
My name is Aaron.
Can I do this whole podcast?
I don't think you'd be able to
Sounded
keep it up.
Kermit?
My name is Aaron. I've got a routine, okay? I'm a creature of fucking routine at this point. And I am joined by that firefighter motherfucker, Andy.
That's me.
Yeah, that motherfucker. And Cool Paul. Cool Paul's back for another episode. We
Hello.
decided to do another episode in the sunshine because we're just having such a good fucking time.
And we kind of told Aaron he's going to have to put his mic down because Dungeons and Dragons.
No, hang on. First things first. Usually I ask Andrew, what are you drinking on?
So I didn't bring any like whiskey to mix with my Dr. Pepper.
What do you got there, bud?
This is the Evan Williams that is in the camper.
Cheap whiskey.
With Dr. Pepper.
That's probably pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I thought about buying a bottle of whiskey this morning. I'm like, no, I don't want the temptation.
Yeah.
I mean, last podcast you never asked.
No, I didn't. I got sidetracked with all you fuckers. Anyway, this.
Any hoodles.
But before you guys
Oh, yeah.
start jerking each other off while I sit here, made Jello shots for this weekend.
Hold on, let's see. BRP. Blue raspberry pineapple.
Yes. What'd you get?
Same.
Samesies?
Samesies.
I got.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Delightful.
Said the song just enough to make it a little bit liquidy,
Mm-hmm.
so it wasn't as chewy.
That batch was good. This last batch that we made, I threw. I went to the grocery store, and I had the harebrained idea because Anna bought all the Jello, and she bought all crazy fruit flavors, pineapple and fucking cherry limeade and blue raspberry and all this shit. And I'm like, well, why don't we just double down on the fruit? So I bought a bunch of like the double shots of the 99 bananas, 99 grapes, 99 watermelons, and I threw like 40 of them on the fucking conveyor belt at the grocery store. And the lady I threw them all up there out of my cart, and the lady just kind of looks at me. And I go, what? We're making Jello shots. And I go to that grocery store all the time, so I saw her like 3-4 days later. I'm like, Jello shots were a success. And she just kind of shrugs her shoulders and go, fuck you.
Okay.
Fuck
Cool.
you. Fuck you.
Jeez. Awesome.
All right, fine. Jerk each other off.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, fuck yeah, bud.
So I haven't played in a while just because of life, working second shift and everything like that.
Mhm.
Just changed shifts to first shift.
Okay.
And my curling club,
Oh, gee. That's so fucking Wisconsin.
that was another thing I forgot to write down. Talk about curling. Because I know you guys talked about it once or twice
Yeah.
on the podcast.
It's like the American dad sport.
Dad bod sport.
So
That and bowling.
according
But
to you guys,
bowling isn't in the Olympics.
according to you guys, sidebar.
Sidebar. Squirrel.
The curling club that I'm a part of,
Mm-hmm.
it's like $800 some odd dollars for a season as membership dues. That includes curling, one tournament, I think, and we have partnerships with local brewers for beer, so we get free beer.
It's fucking Wisconsin, dude.
So basically,
Sounds freaking
we
awesome.
curl, and you can have beer or liquor on the ice.
those are the sports I'm into. Softball.
Well, find a curling club around here or make one. It's only like $1 million to get a stadium built.
Yeah, I have
No,
that.
only
I
a
got
million.
that. I got that cash laying around.
But then
Buzz Basement Bros podcast can sponsor.
you can do the
I think
recordings for the events.
I
Yeah.
think we have $7.
But the so then afterwards we have a really nice clubhouse, full bar, full commercial kitchen, and then
For fried cheese curds.
pierogies.
Those are good too.
Pierogies, whole bunch of stuff, and then people. They'll be like Sundays are Bloody Mary days. Then
Speaking my fucking language.
Tuesday is like brandy old fashions.
Fuck, bud.
They normally have some kind of whiskey mix.
You know, if we didn't already own houses in rural Illinois, I would love to live in Wisconsin.
I know. It was
I got a place for rent.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It'd be a little bit of a commute for you, but got a place for rent. And then, but yeah, so I curl and
Okay.
absolutely love it just because
I curl too.
basically just a bunch of people getting together and we drink and curling's there, but mainly we drink. But then that group they actually upgraded are upgrading the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So they're ripping a bunch of stuff out, putting new insulation in, redoing the floors and a whole bunch of other stuff to make it better and nicer, and everything is a crap ton of money. But that group, I started a Facebook group for board games, and I was going to be hosting at the club because during the summer nothing happens there really, so it's open space.
Well, I mean, is it an indoor club?
Yep.
Oh, so I mean, they still have the ice and everything going on.
Yep.
But people are busy doing other shit in the summertime, like drinking beer in the sunshine.
Well, yeah, but was going to make like a board game night and then like a D&D night to host at the club. But since all the reconstruction's going on, the place is closed. So another guy in the club was just like, well, I can host. I got a nice space for D&D and games and everything like that. I'm like, okay, cool. You know,
nerdy
put a
guy,
post out.
Nerdy guy who's got some room in his house for
We
something.
got we got like 4 people to sign up
like a studio.
Yeah.
for the D&D.
Fucking
And
nerds.
Go to his house. It's like just shy of a mansion.
Oh,
So there's like a big open space upper floor with a whole bunch of stuff up there. Then he's like, yeah, we're going to play in the basement. Okay. Fully furnished basement.
12-foot high ceilings.
Yep. With
Fucking
a
7
6x6 table.
Ooh,
High top table to play games on. But then he's like, oh yeah, if you're thirsty, just go to the fridge and grab what you want. I'm like, okay, expecting like a case of Pabst or something like that. No.
What was that?
Case of Pabst.
Oh, I guess my ears don't work.
You even have the fucking headphones on.
No, I know.
But then I open the door and it's all like microbrew stuff. A full fridge of like $3-4 cans or bottles or whatever, just full of random beers. And it's just like,
Can I just come hang out? Like, this sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah.
you got to learn D&D?
I don't need to learn
You
shit.
didn't learn D&D?
Can I be the commentator? Can I be the guy?
So
the
the
guy in
DM's
the corner?
the commentator.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is say what you want to do,
Roll a
roll a dice, and then
see if
DM
it
narrates
happens.
what happens. That's all D&D is.
Oh,
That's what I've been fucking trying to tell you
I
for
mean,
the
I-
last.
So literally,
year.
like
I guess I could be a nerd.
Like quick set, like 2-second session is you're a barbarian warrior, he's a mage, and you're in the middle of the woods. What do you do?
What was the thing?
Like, and then you
I want to
just
fuck that mage.
okay. So now roll
my
a
job
strength,
as the DM is
roll a strength check.
My job as the DM is not to tell you no. It's to say, okay, this is what happens.
This is what you need to roll.
Yeah.
All right, you fail because you rolled too low, or well, you got a 20. You got a 20. So
okay, shit. All right. Well,
now mage, you got to roll something to
hopefully
avoid that
Yeah.
if you don't want it, or let it happen. But yeah, that's 90.
You roll
Yeah, buddy, let it happen.
you roll a 20, I roll a natural 1, and you just rail
Things
me
happen.
from behind.
Things happen. But that's all D&D is. And
Tenderly.
then the DM just has to negotiate basically what happens through everything.
Yeah, that's all D&D is, man.
So, yeah, we're starting Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Oh,
We had a
that's big
session
one.
0 to make characters, and if you
Mhm.
don't know what session 0 is, it's basically before you start the game, setting up base rules, boundaries,
Yeah.
and
Who's doing what?
what the world is, so that way if...
So you guys do character creations in session 0?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, our D&D campaign, I have 7 people now at the table, and I'm the DM, and we didn't have a full true session 0, but we've had one like a retcon type deal, like partial way through. But my table is full of, I don't know how yours was full of brand new people, never played, or it has been years and years, decades since they played. And so we started out.
What are you playing? 5e, 3.5?
Yep, 5e. We're starting with the starter set of the Lost Mines of Phandelver.
Okay.
And the last little retcon that we did, I had sent out some Google forms to see like which of the modules they wanted to go to next. Horde of the Dragon Queens and Tyranny of Dragons was one of them. None of them picked that for whatever reason.
Well, I mean, Curse of Strahd is solid.
None of them picked that either. We're doing Princes of the Apocalypse.
I haven't played that one yet.
Yeah.
Most of the games that I've played have been semi-homebrew.
Okay.
So it's like there's they'll use a module as like the base,
Mhm.
so that way they have a general storyline already.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll just kind of be like, well, you guys don't want to go left, you're going right, so all right, I'll make up a new town.
Yeah.
And then figure it out. Because I do love me a homebrew game, but to keep the interest, to keep the game flowing and everything like that, it is a little bit more difficult for homebrew.
Correct.
Because, I mean, you can always say, like, yeah, there's a stone wall there, and the guards aren't letting you in because they're locked down, so you have to go left.
Mm-hmm.
But then,
That gets into, like
you're blocking them or
railroading and all
yeah.
that stuff.
But then just having all the quests.
Yeah.
But the one thing I do love is when a good DM keeps time progression.
Oh, yeah.
So that you didn't go help that person. Now you're going over there, and now the place is burned down. And you're like,
Mhm.
we were only gone a day.
Yep.
And since you didn't help them that day,
Yep. This is the consequences.
yep.
Yep.
And then when the party gets split up,
Oh.
because there was one game I played where one of the persons we forgot, because they weren't able to meet that session, so we like forgot to like have them with us. So he did a separate session on his own, and he was like, so you wake up and everybody's gone. So since he was on his own, he was able to move faster and do a bunch of other stuff. So all of a sudden we're following, like trying to catch up to him, and it's like, yeah, you see a bunch of marauders just dead on the side of the road.
Oh,
Was
I must
this-
be on the right path.
Was this our friend, or is this a different plot hook? Like,
No, my character and my players, they were in a ruined town, and they were smart enough that they recognized that there was some spider webs that they didn't want to go through. So they like cast a fireball and wiped them out and all that stuff. And when they realized that, hey, there are some giant spiders in this building, this decrepit building with no roof on it or anything like that, they're like, hey, if we like line up through the doorway at the specific angle, we'll be great. Like we'll be able to shoot in them. They can't really get to us until they'll have to move and get to us and all that stuff. And we'll relatively be protected because our tanks are in the front. And just like I said, they're all new players. Just the look of sheer panic when it was the spiders' turns. And spiders, I don't know if a lot of people know this, can climb up walls. So when I had the spiders climb up and over the walls and attack the flanks, they were like, dude! Shit. Oh, they were panicking so much. And it was the same session that... so we started laying ground rules because some people were like, well, we'd like more experience. And I play with a bunch of firefighters. that like role play and acting aren't necessarily their strong suit, but to their chagrin, they're going to try a lot more because I'm like, you know what? If you try to role play and act in character and such, I'll give you some extra experience points. And two of the two newest players played their parts so well that I didn't even have to prompt them or like say, "Hey, act in character." They saw one's a drunk, and the other one's a brewer.
The character or the person?
Character. Character. Yeah, the character. One character's a drunk, and the other's a brewer, like an alchemist brewer. And so they paired up instantly like buddies, and they're going through this ruined town and come across the ruined, dilapidated tavern, and they look at each other and it's like, "Hey, let's go see if there's any beer left or any like brewing supplies."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, that'd be great." And they go in and they about kill themselves because there's monsters in there. And after like they drop half HP, both of them, they just look at each other and just go, "The hell were we thinking? This is a dilapidated building. Anything that's here is bad. Like, why are we in here?"
When I was in college, I love this story. There's a lich that like kidnapped a kid and was trying to make the kid the factory.
Mm-hmm.
So then we were going through the dungeon, whatever, and we had a berserker barbarian. There was a door in front of us, and he was like, "You know what? I'm gonna bull rush the door and just blow it off, and then anything behind, I'll use my action to attack right away." He rolled a nat 1 to hit the door.
Oh no!
He fell down, took some damage, and he still had his action left. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna shield bash the door. Nat 20. Hit the door, and it like barely moved. So we were making the joke like, "Is this a masterwork door?" And DM was just like, "You know what? Do a what's that called?
Perception
Check on the door." Does it, gets another nat 20. So then the DM spends like 5-10 minutes talking about this door, how masterwork, who made it, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, before we leave, we're taking this door with us. We ended up casting a portal spell on the door. So we'd have it with us at all times. So we could like prop it up, open it, and there would be a portal. We'd go through, close the door, and we could take the door with us because the door would go through the portal as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
You guys are fucking best friends now, aren't you?
Almost, yeah, pretty much.
Just absolutely best fucking friends.
Oh yeah. Now, do you? Sorry, Aaron.
I'll just fuck
yeah.
I'll just fuck off in the corner.
You know
That's
what?
what I said at the beginning of the. You're just gonna put your mic down and just listen to these stories that you don't care about.
And apparently,
monitor the levels and just sit here.
Monitor the
my dick
levels.
in my hand.
You're the producer at this point.
Just talk
That's
about.
fine.
I mean, you failed at the producers, but
We both did.
Oh, dude, I can't fucking dance. Turns out I am completely honky. I cannot fucking dance.
But yeah, you're just gonna monitor levels when my sister comes over. You're gonna just cover the mic and talk to her, and then just make fucking googly eyes at her ass.
Dude,
when
I
she
hate
walks
to see
away.
her go, but I'd love to see her walk away.
Ah, Jesus fuck. I don't care as long as you don't make it obvious that's what you're doing. When you specifically like wide-eyed look at her ass and then look at me and just smile.
I do that shit when nobody's around. Oh, I love it. I mean, dude, God bless yoga pants.
No, you do that with your wife.
Of course.
Exactly.
See?
He's doing it with his wife.
The difference is my wife's not related to either of you two.
It just happens that my wife is your sister.
Yeah. Makes it weird for me, bud.
It's funny for me, though.
Any hoodles.
Jerk each other off some more. It's fine.
So, cool, Paul. Do you ever run the games?
Yeah, I've
Okay.
been DM multiple times.
Okay. Because I've only ever played once or twice, and even then they weren't full campaigns. They were a couple sessions.
I've done, especially in college. In college, I was mainly just a player.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I got
Play
out
on,
of college, like trying to get people, And most people just don't have the confidence to be a DM, especially with having to multitask, keep the story going, remember who's doing what, when it's supposed to happen, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, I don't care, I'll DM. Because in the campaign I'm going now, one guy's been playing for 40 years. Another guy, it's his first time playing Dungeons and Dragons. And we got one other person that's like kind of like me, like 5 to 10 years roughly. So it's just like the other thing, at least for a DM, when someone questions your ruling or decision, it's like either A, they bring up a valid point that you didn't think of. So it's like, okay, give me a second to
I've had that happen.
Redo what happened.
Yep.
Or it's, this is my campaign. This is how I'm running it.
I've had that happen too.
So it's, this is my decision. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. But when I asked you, are you sure?
Yeah.
That was your cue that you should try to rethink.
Yeah. I had it. I've had it a couple times where someone has asked me a question, and I've been like, you know what? I honestly don't know. Give me a second. And I try to look for it in the books, and if I can't find it, I'll just be like, you know what? This is my ruling. I will look at it between sessions, and if it's different, like the first 3 sessions, I nerfed my magic users because I thought you had to roll for everything, and it turns out you don't.
No, magic users normally it's the other person rolls for a save.
Correct. So I didn't really know that. It's either an auto hit or you have to roll for a save, and I didn't really understand that or know that. So I thought it was just regular like
attack rolls.
Attack
like
rolls.
you need roll. Okay, they didn't hit. Oh, they did hit.
Yep. So I nerfed my magic users the first 2 sessions, and at the beginning of the 3rd session, I apologized. I'm like, all right, guys, from here on out, this is like, I messed up. This is how we go. But
and it's just all about communication. Because if someone is frustrated with a ruling or decision, it's like, I'm okay if they're frustrated by it. That's fine. But I need to make sure that they understand why that decision was made the way it was.
Correct.
Because if they don't even understand why, either I made a big mistake or they don't understand the rules enough of why that was the decision.
Yep. And like we do things, and it's probably homebrew ruling a little bit, but the line of sight, the range attack, line of sight, and all that stuff, I play it as if there's an enemy or a person on the exact opposite side, right, in line with your target. So I'm aiming at Aaron, and you're right behind Aaron.
Yeah, I'll just go fuck myself.
Yeah. If Aaron is able to, if I miss the attack, or I forget how it exactly goes, which is really bad because I'm the fucking game master. But if Aaron, for whatever reason, doesn't get hit, but my trajectory is still good, or maybe that's what it is, I shoot at Aaron, and he makes a dodge, and he makes the dodge, but you're right behind him.
I wasn't 6th grade dodgeball champion for nothing.
You're gonna have to speed this up. This is kind of dragging on right now.
No, I'm sorry. You would have to.
What?
You would have to.
It's the story of my fucking life, dude.
Oh, Jesus, fuck. Anyways, the person, whatever creature's behind the guy, would have to also roll a dex save throw to see if he would dodge the missed shot or whatnot.
Yeah, normally if there's targets on the way, normally they get an opportunity to dodge.
Yeah.
Depending on the attack.
So
not all attacks will get a dodge, like magic missile.
Yep.
If it hits, it hits. You ain't got nothing to do.
Exactly. So I had that ruling, right, where the person behind them, if the first person is able to dodge the arrow or whatnot, the second one has to dodge. And one of my players questioned it. It's like, are you really sure, like, this is how, like, it shouldn't matter. Like, it shouldn't matter this way. I'm like, we've been playing the last 4 sessions like this. If you had a problem with it, now, in the middle of the session, is not the time to bring it up. And if you really want to do it, then all these little things like the sizes, right? You have to be 2 sizes below or above to move through the same space.
Yeah.
I don't pay any attention to that rule. As long as you're an ally, you can move through a space.
Oh yeah, if they voluntarily let you move through the space, fine, no problem.
Yeah.
But if they say no, you can't move through a space, then
Correct.
it's no.
So I'm like, you know what? If you want to question this, if you want to be like this stringent, then we'll be this stringent, and all these luxuries I've been giving you are going to end. And he just went, you know what, guys? I think we should just listen to Andy and roll your deck saving throw.
And that's why session zeros are so important, because you list a bunch of the rules and regulations how you play the game. Because some people play with flanking, where if you have one enemy and 2 people are on 2 sides of that enemy, they get advantage to hit the enemy. Some people don't do that. They'll have something else going on. So,
have you ever played? I'm sorry, Aaron. I know you're whatever.
Oh, I don't care right now.
This is like the first time I went to a gay bar. It's like I was getting hit on. I'm like, man, I'm not interested, but you want to talk about sports? Like,
I mean, as long as you get a free drink out of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I did.
exactly.
I got hammered. I had a great time.
Any hoodles. Do you ever play? Have you heard? We play with this rule. Deal with the devil. Have you ever heard of it?
Maybe.
It's a homebrew rule. So pretty much at any point.
If it's a homebrew, he hasn't heard of it. It's fucking.
No, it's out there.
So there's a lot of forums and a lot of YouTubes about stuff, and a lot of people will have the same homebrew rules. It's not in the official rule book,
Yeah.
but just kind of like Uno.
It's like a house rule.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
like
house
Uno
rule.
has
Like
a
beer pong. Every house has a fucking
Correct.
Exactly.
different rules for beer pong.
Yeah,
but most people know the base rules, and
Yeah.
then it's like, do you play this or do you play that?
Yeah.
Because there's
Do you play Uno Stack'em?
Oh fuck yeah.
Okay, well that's not in the official rules.
Yeah. Well, Uno can
And
go
some
fuck
people
themselves.
don't play that.
exactly, and that's the thing is that's why for most card games, board games, or especially D&D, you need to tell everyone what's happening right away, so that way when the event does arise, it's like they're thinking they're gonna be saved, and now they're on their 3rd death throw.
Yeah. So, Deal with the Devil is a homebrew rule I found on TikTok. I know you don't have TikTok, but I found it on TikTok. It's at any point when you roll a d20, the player can ask for a deal with the devil before the results are said, right? Whether you fail, win or lose or whatnot, you can ask for a deal with the devil. And you can change your d20 to a nat 20.
Okay.
The crux,
But at some point,
point,
I've heard of this. At
the
some point, the
DM
DM can do the opposite.
Yep, and turn it to a natural 1.
Yep.
So we play with it. I brought it to the table, and they're like, that sounds really interesting. And so we play with it. And so to make it fair, because the last thing I want...
To be fair.
To be fair. The last thing I want is my players to be like, oh, you're just picking on me. Right? So to be fair, I roll...
To be fair.
When they ask for Deal of Devil, I roll a dice behind the DM screen. And whatever number that is that they can't see, in that many turns is when I have them repay me. And so
it's that session. You're not waiting like 2-3 sessions later.
Sometimes.
Oh, so if you get like a 20?
So if I get a 20 and they only roll 15 d20s the rest of that session, then that'll
Okay.
carry over to the next session, which is really interesting because I had that happen and the guy forgot about it. And
So then the big question I have for you, because normally I never start my players off at level 1.
Okay.
Just because, especially for newer players, it's hard for level 1 to like actually get into it, because it's like if you're a spellcaster, you have like 1 spell you can cast, or if you're a melee character, you can only do like 1 move, and then it's like, oh, the enemy didn't go down? Well, crap, I'm out of stuff. So normally I'll do 2nd level or 3rd level just so they have a little bit of oomph, but I do let them know that, hey, this is meant to be started as a level 1 campaign. I'm going to either A, increase the amount of enemies, make it more difficult, or increase the health of the enemies, so that way it's not just a walk in the park for the first 2 chapters. It's you still got to think, you still got to do stuff, because I love unbalanced characters, because like it just makes them So normally when you have a balanced character, you have a melee or a tank. Then you have some kind of ranged person, a spellcaster, and then some kind of healer.
Yeah.
That's a pretty standard
Array of characters.
balanced campaign group. But I love when it's like all spellcasters, because then, well, this guy's immune to magic. How are we going to get around it? Or, well, there's a ranged person and we're all melee. Well, I got a spear I can try and throw.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make them think more, think outside the box, to do stuff. Yeah. The last campaign I was in, I was a player character. I was Thaddeus Teethard the Third with a lisp.
What now?
Thaddeus
flaw,
Teethard the Third. He had a lisp.
Okay.
And he was just basically like, I don't want to say a dumb character, but just kind of like a not observant character.
Mhm.
So he would just do stuff. So all of a sudden there was like, we found a magic ring and I just put it on.
Fuck it. YOLO.
And then all of a sudden, like, the big bad evil character had like a telepathic through my mind because I couldn't take the ring off.
Oh, shit.
And multiple times the DM was just like, talk to me as the big bad evil character. It was just like, how did you get this ring? And literally he said, you know how like an old phone, like the porcelain phones, you heard the chink when it hung up?
Oh,
That's what you
miss
hear.
it.
That's what you hear. He's done talking to you for now. All of a sudden later he's like, are you going to do the thing I asked you to do? Can you remind me? That was a while ago. I talked to you yesterday. And then just some other shenanigans like that. And then someone else got a ring. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to talk to this other guy and hopefully he helps me out. The other character died. He's like, God damn it, I'm talking to this guy again. And it was just made the DM like facepalm a couple of times just because it was like, I need you to grab this book and put it in this envelope in this place. Okay. He said it was something with
Yes,
dark,
sir.
so I'm going to grab Dark Side instead of Darksiders or something like that. So I grabbed the wrong book, put it where he wanted me to, and he's like, You grabbed the wrong book. No, I didn't. That's the one he told me to. And it's just, yeah.
You guys want to talk about sports?
No.
Fuck no.
Unless you want to talk about curling.
No, I've never played curling in my life.
I saw this TikTok of this guy who's like, I made this player character whose main character flaw is he couldn't correctly pronounce spaghetti. Like sketty or something like
Yeah.
that.
Sketty.
And
Edios.
he's like, fast forward 20 sessions later, big bad like demon lord character is sitting there going spaghetti, and he's going sketty. And the demon character, no, it's spaghetti. You just had it, and like you just see him acting as the party, tiptoeing in the background.
So whenever I'm DMing or whenever I make a character, I always ask him to make 3 non-battle character traits
That's a smart idea.
that aren't necessarily a hindrance, but kind of like, I had one character that hated stairs. Like, he grew up in like the woods, so whenever he got to stairs, he was like, these are unnatural, I don't like them. So he would hate going up and down stairs. So there was one time he's like, you know
Like a
what?
dog
I'm
with
just gonna stay
hardwood.
I'm gonna stay at the bottom of this castle because those stairs are janky and I don't trust them. Then another character that hated fire. So like
Sweet Jesus.
at
it's
the
a
end of
fire.
like at the end of the days when they make a campfire, it was like, I'm gonna climb up this tree and just kind of sleep in the tree. DM was like, you're gonna have to roll for like hypothermia and stuff, and I'm like,
acrobatics.
oh no,
climb
me
the
as a
tree.
person, I understand. The character is just like, he'd prefer the hypothermia over a fire because fire destroys.
Yeah.
And so he'd make me roll, and I was sopping wet, and I did all my saving throws. And he's like, God damn it.
Any hoodles.
Any hoodles. Hey, Aaron, when did you get back?
You're here?
I've been here
I
the
didn't know you were
entire
here.
goddamn time.
Did you know he was
Sitting
here?
No, I didn't. Potion of invisibility or something.
So then next episode, you're going to have to talk more about D&D. Just with him.
I'll just sit there and go, I have no
I'll be
idea
like,
what
you know
the
what, Aaron?
fuck you're talking about, bud.
Last episode talking about D&D with Cool Paul. That was fucking awesome. Have you tried any D&D today?
No.
What is that? Just like drugs? D&D. Not
D&D.
even once.
Well, there was the in the 80s. Oh, they
Nat
talked
20.
about it.
Yeah,
in
the demon
the
summoning.
the satanic panic of the 80s. Oh, your kids are fucking summoning the devil through Dungeons and Dragons.
They
Like,
had
get
that
the
again
fuck
in
outta
like the
here.
2000s with Harry Potter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Shit.
Where they would buy which I never understood because they did it with like Dixie Chicks and some other stuff. Hey,
they'd buy the
let's go
stuff.
to the place. Let's pay for it,
And
and then let's burn it. It's like
burning money.
you literally
Yeah,
just
like-
spent money.
Like during COVID when Carhartt went woke and all these people are destroying their Carhartt. You already fucking paid them your money.
I
Like,
didn't
what
know.
the
I didn't hear
fuck?
about this.
Yeah, Carhartt went
Oh,
woke.
I think I did hear about this.
Yeah, you already bought their shit. They already got your money.
Yeah, it's
You're
like
fucking stupid.
if you're not going to buy it again, I understand.
Yeah.
You know, like, but
Sorry.
if you already purchased it and you're already using it and you're already doing whatever with it, it's like, so you're going to go buy a different brand?
Yeah. Actually,
Or at least, honestly, donate to someplace.
yeah, give it away.
Because, like, I know there's always,
Be like Chili
like,
Peppers.
shelters
Give it away,
or...
give it away, give it away.
There's always shelters or, like, I've given a lot of stuff to the, what's it called? Dog orphanages.
Yeah, the Humane Society thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the Humane Society. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I have a bath mat that I'm going to get rid of because it's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to the dogs so
Yeah,
that they
there's
have a mat to lay on or something like that. 'cause-
There's a domestic abuse charity down by the gym, and it's right across the street from the gym, so it's convenient for me to give them shit. So I give them shit all the
Yeah.
time.
And it's like stuff you don't want to throw away because it's still good.
Right.
Mhm.
It's just like I don't need it and or want it anymore.
So it's like, I mean, it's not necessarily the greatest thing because, you know, it's used products, but still, given stuff that you're not going to use to someone else who could really use it,
That's right.
like your Dungeons and Dragons books, give them to me.
Alrighty then.
How many dice sets do you have?
Oh Jesus.
Enough.
Are you a dice goblin?
Yes.
Do you like the math rocks?
I like the clicky clack. So I bought a metal set,
Oh shit!
and that's my go-to. Then I bought a tiny set, where they're like an eighth of the normal size,
Mm-hmm.
and those I bring out sparingly, because the first like 3-4 rolls from them are above 15 every time, but after the 5th, 6th roll,
They're all
they go below like 5.
low. Oh yeah.
And then I bought a glow-in-the-dark one because I want to make something and see if I can make it commercial for like glow-in-the-dark sets, but I haven't really done that yet. But yeah, I got a bunch of dice, and every time, real quick, I volunteer at Anime Milwaukee, which is a anime convention type thing.
When is it?
You want to
It's
plug
like
that?
it's like a week or two after Valentine's Day.
Oh, so late February, early March.
And but there's always people there, and because I volunteered so many years, there's a couple of vendors that know me. It's like, oh, I know you, and since you're volunteering, hey, I'll give you a 30% off. Stop enticing me. I don't need any more.
Cool,
But I
Paul.
want
we gonna,
more.
We gonna be talking between.
You guys should just exchange numbers and jerk each
Oh,
other
fuck
off
yeah.
right now.
We don't need you anymore.
No, definitely not.
Thank you for being the middleman all these years.
Any hoodles, this has been another episode of the Buzz Basement Bros podcast.
Minus Aaron.
Yeah, I've barely been here.
You're welcome.
You've been here in spirit.
Find us on Twitter, Instagram. Check out Paul's podcast.
Pallet Fire Talks.
Yep, plug time. My name is Aaron.
And I'm Andrew.
And this is Cool Paul.
And we out. You guys are fucking best friends now, aren't you?
Almost, yeah, pretty
Just
much.
absolutely best fucking friends.
Oh yeah.